Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Dsgnsbyrc, and today I'm bringing us a tutorial on how to create a game day graphic with dynamic lighting. So let's get straight to it. Okay, so what you're gonna need for a graphic like this, for a design like this, is you're gonna need, first of all, your player, then a picture of your stadium, whichever stadium you're gonna do, and then also a picture of the sky. Because I mean, for this example, I'm making the stadium. As you can see, it's daytime. The stadium is daytime, and I'm gonna make it into a nighttime type of game. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I went ahead and cut out everything for y'all, so you don't have to be bored watching me do that stuff. So yeah, get your player. Well, we're not gonna do anything with the player just yet. So you just have your player there, hide him, and this is how the stadium looks right now. So this is how it's gonna look at first. You know, it's gonna be just not fitting with the background also. So I went ahead and cut out like every single little triangle in the background, and then I just added in that sky background. So this is what it looks like at first, and this is what it's supposed to look like. So this is without any lighting, anything at all, and this is how it's gonna look like. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so the first step for this is gonna be you're gonna add in a curves layer. So hit the half circle in that bottom right, go to curves, and then you're gonna clip the curves layer to the stadium, and then you're gonna move these around. This top one, move it around until it just looks a little darker. Don't make it too dark because we're not gonna want it super dark, but I think right there that looks good. And then you're gonna get your brush, make it to about, I don't know, not super big, flow around 6, and then hardness to 0. Get your brush, black brush, and then you're gonna delete some of that on the grass, because the grass is gonna be lit by the lights here, and also by the big moon. So yeah, you're gonna delete some of this, leave the ground a lot lighter than the actual background, than the actual stadium. So that's before and this is after. So there we go. Actually, okay, so after the curves layer, we're gonna add in we're gonna darken up the stadium some more. So go to the half circle, hit exposure, clip it onto the stadium, and then we're not gonna hit Command I. We're not gonna invert it just yet. What we're gonna do is put the exposure to around 2 point something. I'm not sure, around 2.6, 2.3. Around there is pretty good. So what we're gonna do, as you can see, it's a lot dark right now. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to delete where I see that the light's gonna hit. So for example, I'm gonna speed through this so I don't have to watch it all. So I'm just explaining for y'all. So we're gonna delete around the top of this pole, maybe around here, and then some around this little edge. We're gonna erase a lot right here. So we're gonna erase on this board, on this on the screens right here. We're gonna erase some of that, maybe some in here, and also on the lights. We're gonna delete some of those dark spots off the lights. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little speed through. Do this real quick, and I'm gonna show you how it looks right after. Alright, so as you can see, that made it. I mean, I already made it look really good, but there's still a couple steps I have to do. So yeah, as I said, I just deleted around the pole, or on the front of the poles, some on that light, and then on the screens right here, I deleted a lot of that, and also a lot on the field, because I want to keep the field pretty light, because it's gonna be light hitting it here from the lights and the moon. So next step is gonna be another exposure layer. We're gonna lighten stuff up on this one. We're gonna hit it. It's gonna be at around 1516 around there. Command I, and again clip it to the stadium. What we're gonna do with this one is gonna be, again, same settings on the brush. What we're gonna do is we're gonna line up or brighten up the lights, brighten up the screens, and then maybe give some more highlights to this top pole right here, because it's gonna be a lot of, as you can see, that the moon is hitting like crazy. So we're gonna add some highlights so it gives it more realistic look. So again, I'm gonna speed through this and I'm gonna show y'all after how it looks. So yeah, let's go. Okay, that's gonna be it for the highlights. So that's gonna be it. Watch. So this is before the highlights and stuff. Hold up, no, sorry. This is before the highlights. You know, it still looks a lot darker. After, it's gonna be a lot brighter. Brighten up the spots that need to be brighter. So brighten up this, add some highlights to this top. And then for the next step is gonna be another exposure layer. We're gonna hit it with around, it's gonna be around 110, 120, and then hit Command I on this one too. For this, we're gonna add some more highlights. It's gonna be more of a haze type of highlights. It's not gonna be like just direct highlights. Add some haze maybe to this top right here, to the grass, to the turf field, and to here, and also to the lights. So again, I'm gonna speed through this. Y'all can watch me do it, and then yeah, let's go. Alright, so that's gonna be it after those highlights. So those extra little like highlights to it. So this is before it. Hold up, sorry about that again. So yeah, this is before it, and then this is after the highlights. It just brightens up a lot more spots that need to be brightened up. So up here, the lights, and these lights right here, and also the turf. So next part is almost the second and final step to the stadium. Oh, I actually need to hit this down here. So you're gonna get a solid color, and you're gonna pick from here. From the light, you're gonna just hit the light and just pick a color from the light. So for example, we're gonna go with around that. So bring it back up, and then hit Command I. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create light. So for that, again, same thing on the brush, and then we're gonna make this a little smaller. So around this size, flow 6, 0 hardness, and then just gonna go down like this. This is gonna be just like some light streaks type. Alright, this is not the final product. We're gonna just fix it up in just a little bit. It's gonna be a little brighter in the top, and then just move it down. And yeah, so we're gonna lower down our flow now. So lower down to around 4, and then we're gonna delete some of these off. So you're gonna erase some of it because it doesn't have to be this intense. Maybe add some of that back right there. Just try to make it look as natural as possible, as realistic as possible. Whatever you think looks best, and do that. I'm actually gonna change the color of this to maybe like a more bluish, so it's more of like a LED instead of just like a straight bulb. It's gonna be a little white, so something like that. I think that right there should be good actually. Yeah, I think that right there is good. Oh, right, messed up right there. Okay. Yeah, this is really good. Alright. So this is without the light. This is with the light. So this is just casting that light. This is the light is casting the light onto the turf. and the moon's doing some of it too, but it's mostly this. So if you want to, if you don't like it, if it looks a little too much for you, you could just lower down the fill, which I might do. Maybe it's around 90. Yeah, that right there looks good. Yeah, that looks perfect. So next step is we're gonna be adding now highlights to the board. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some hue and saturation. Same, go to half circle and then hue and saturation, and then hit colorize. We're gonna get a little green. Maybe not super saturated, around there, and then bring up the lightness just a tiny bit, like around 10. So yeah, I think that method is good. Hit Command I to invert the mask, and then we're gonna add some of these highlights in. So yeah, you can keep that flow to 4, and then just hit the board. So if you're doing a stadium that has a board of a certain color, or that is casting a certain color, you can just do that. So you can do this for that. Just use hue and saturation, and it should work very nice with this. Don't overdo it, because the board shouldn't be lighting too much. So this is just, yeah, I think that right there looks good. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys, for the stadium, part. So now next part is gonna be the player. So we're gonna go ahead and bring DK right here, and as you can see right now, he just looks horrible here. The lighting is totally off. So let's fix that. So steps are gonna be similar to what we did with the stadium. So get your player, go again, curves, clip it to him, maybe just darken him up a little bit, not too much. Just move these around to your preference. Darken him up right there, yep. And then hit him with some exposure, and then width to around. He's not gonna be too dark because he is in light. He's mostly in light. Maybe just this front part's gonna be a little darker. I know there should be light coming in from this side also because of the stadium, but for this design, I'm just having the light coming from this back part. So yeah, let's have him at around 2. Yeah, at around -2. So once that's there, don't hit Command I, hit your brush, and we're gonna do same thing with it here. So we're gonna delete with your brush where you see that the light's gonna be hitting. So for example, for this example, the light's gonna be hitting from here. So we have light hitting from the light posts, and then we have light hitting from up here. So a lot of the dark parts are gonna be lit from up here, here, and maybe some here, and some on the back of the calf right here too. What's gonna be kept dark is gonna be this most of this front part right here, and this front leg, and maybe some of this too. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna show you how it looks right after. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so that's gonna be that after I did that first exposure layer. So as you can see, this is before, this is after. As you can see, I left this, like just most of this, whatever I think that the light's not gonna be hitting at is what I kept dark, and whatever I think the light's gonna hit is where I kept the brightest. So yeah, that's gonna be it for that. Next part, we're gonna add some shadows. So again, exposure, here, and then hit it with some dark shadows again. So around probably around 1.7. Hit Command I. Make sure you clip it to the player, and then we're just gonna darken up the spots that should be darkened up. So I'm gonna darken up some of this here a little bit, and then maybe here too. So I'm gonna speed through this as well. I'm gonna show you how it looks right after this. So yeah, let's go. Alrighty, so this is gonna be after that set of shadows. So it's before the shadows. After the shadows, I darkened up, as you can see, just most of this. Then here too, some on the face right there. Darkened that up, made it look all nice. And then, well, yeah, that's gonna be it for shadows now. That's it for shadows. Now we're gonna add highlights. We're gonna add highlights for the green part and also for this. So again, another exposure layer. Here's another exposure layer. Maybe around 1.6 is good. You don't want to be too crazy because the light's not that insane, that intense, I mean. So hit Command I, and then go ahead and get to it. So it's gonna be the same thing as I did with this as well. So just line up some of the spots, and I'm gonna speed through this, and I'm gonna show you how it looks right after. Alright, that's gonna be it for these highlights. So next part is gonna be the green highlights. So we're gonna do the same thing we did to add those. So we're gonna hit with some hue and saturation, hit colorize, and then get the green. It shouldn't be that saturated or that intense, so around there, that right there should be good. Command I, and then we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm not gonna speed through this. It should be pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Lower down the flow, and then just hit those spots. I might just clip it to him actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna clip it to him. So it doesn't have to be too intense, of course, because it's not. The light, it's not too crazy. So if you do too much, you can just erase. But there should be some light being casted from that. So let me see. Yeah, I think that right there looks good. So we're not done just yet. We're gonna add some haze. So add this other color. Get that from actually, hold up. I think maybe that, yeah, I think that's all right. So put it up here. I'm gonna desaturate it just a little bit. So I'm gonna go here. I think that there. And then we're gonna do some color dodge add. So go to blend modes and hit linear dodge, and then Command I it. And then make your brush pretty big. It's gonna be, this shouldn't be too crazy. It's gonna be just a little haze, because when light bounces off something, it creates like this dusty type of effect. So I'm gonna just add a little bit of that. Not too much. If you overdo it again, just erase some of it. Yeah, I think that does a trick. It's not too crazy, but it does make a change. So I think that is okay. That's not actually. So now we're gonna add shadows to the player's feet. So hit a solid color, black, Command I, and then we're gonna add some shadows. So just flatten that, flatten this up here. the flow there. Now that is good. I think I'm gonna just lower down the fill on this to around like 85, and yeah, that's gonna be it pretty much, guys. So yeah, another thing I added on the original design is birds or hawks, because it's Seahawks. So I added a little like just something that connects with the team, I guess. Did that, and okay, and the last and final step for this is gonna be adding some particles. So I found these on Texture Labs. So Google, search up Texture Labs, and it should be the first thing that pops up. Look there, go to atmosphere, and there should be some particles. Should be able to get them pretty easily there. I just did that, and then hit it with color dodge, and then this little effect. So I actually forgot to record the final part of this. I was recording yesterday. It was August 30th. I forgot to record the final part. Y'all are probably not gonna notice, but I forgot to record the final part of the whole design. So for the final part of the design is you're gonna just open up another layer, go to image, apply your image, and then what I forgot to do yesterday was apply camera raw filter. So go to filter, camera raw filter, load it up, go to browse, and I mean as same thing as my other designs and stuff. So I just like scrolling through these. These give you pretty cool effects. You can use whichever ones you want. Let me see which one I like. I think I'm gonna go. Probably modern 4. I'm gonna go modern 4. Lower the intensity a little bit. Maybe it's around 85. Go back, and then I'll mess around with all these little sliders. I'm probably gonna speed through this because it does take. It doesn't take too much, but I'm gonna just speed through this and then show you how it looks right after. So that's gonna be pretty much it for the camera raw filter. I just added the basic, a bit of sharpening, I messed around with the color mixer, and then some color grading as well. So also, if you want to, you could add some grain. It gives it a cool effect sometimes. Like I'm not sure how to describe it, but it does give it a cool effect. I'm not gonna use that for this design, but here we go. This is the final product. So it's gonna be before the camera raw filter. It just makes a huge difference. I really suggest y'all to do a camera raw filter after all of your designs and after all whatever you're doing on Photoshop. So this is before, and this is after the camera raw filter. It just makes everything pop more. Everything just looks more blended in together, and the colors just look a lot better. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something from this. What I'm gonna try to do is I want to see if y'all guys want this. So, but this time it's gonna be for a daytime game day design. So yeah, let me know if y'all want that in the comments. I'll also be probably posting about the video on my Instagram, which I'm mostly active on. If you want to go follow that, it's at Dsgnsbyrc. And yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys do end up making designs something like this, and you watch my video, please tag me in it. I want to see what you guys make. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and God bless you all. Have a good night.